Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk a little bit about this project on the bench behind me. Those of you who follow the channel for a while will recognize this as the original or better 10 gig beacon that I was building before I built Quick Beacon, or QB. I spent a lot of time, as most of you probably know, coming up with a frequency generation scheme I was happy with for this that didn't have key clicks or in-band spurs, and the phase noise was fairly reasonable. Only to run into a problem that I have yet to solve with it. And I just want to do a quick video today to show you what the issue I'm having with it is, and why at this point I don't have a lot of confidence in this, and why I built Quick Beacon, because I want to get something up on the hill and running as soon as possible. And I do want to do some more work on this one and try to debug it and fix the problem and eventually get this one working right. But I don't want to feel rushed on this. I want to be able to take my time with it and work on it, slowly and when I feel like it. And I really feel like I need to get a beacon up on the hill. It's been 2.5 years since I promised that I would get a beacon up, and I've just had so many delays in trying to get this one done, and then some time building Quick Beacon. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Quick Beacon up, and then I'll get back to this one. But today I just wanted to show you why I don't have confidence in this one as it is at this point in time. Okay, so here's the beacon. I won't go over all the parts of it again. You can look back at older videos if you're not familiar with this project to get that. So the issue I was having when I was running this with the little 250 milliwatt amplifier here is that after I turned the beacon on, as it warmed up, I would see a power drop on the HP power meter back there of up to about a dB. And, a dB isn't the end of the world. I could have probably lived with that, but I got really curious what was going on, and I started troubleshooting to find out, where was that power going away? Was it the amplifier? Was it maybe back here in the digi-LO? Was it in the multiplier? Where was it? And I tracked it down to this ×9 multiplier. Now, back in the summer when I was testing this would start out when I first turned it on at about 5 dBm power output and drop to about 2 dBm after 10 to 15 minutes of running. So a 3 dB power drop, just sitting here on the bench didn't give me confidence at all. It seemed to be a thermal problem. As it warmed up, it dropped in power. And up on the hill, it's going to have to contend with temperature extremes from well below freezing in the winter to brutally hot in the summer. It's going to be much more brutal than here on the bench. So I just didn't have confidence in that. Now that it's winter and it's colder, I'm not seeing the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and just power it up over here. So there we go. So that comes up, and that's almost 8 dBm power. So it's about 3 dB more starting out than it was back in the summer. And it also doesn't drop as much over time. Now I'm going to just encourage it along. You can already see it starting to drop there a little bit. And if I left it long enough, it would drop about 2.5 dB or so, but it doesn't drop as much as it was back in the summer when I was doing all the other work and testing with it. So that in itself is another red flag that it's not behaving the same now as it was then. And admittedly, the temperature in here is a few degrees cooler now. Ambient temperature in the room is cooler now than it was in the summer. So I'm just going to help this along. I have my heat gun here set on quite low heat. And I'm just going to help this warm up a little bit, and you can almost immediately see it starting to drop in temperature just with a little bit of and this isn't hot, this is just warm air, and you can see it already starting to drop and fluctuate there with just a little bit of warm air. And again, on the hill, it's going to have to survive and operate in temperature variations of more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit from summer to winter. So just don't have a lot of confidence. Now we're down almost 8/10 of a dB from where we started out, and it would do this on its own if I didn't have the heat gun to encourage it along here. At this point, let me just put the heat gun down for a second and just feel this. Yeah, with my fingers, I can't even tell that it's any warmer than room temperature yet at this point, and yet the power output has been dropping, and it will continue to drop if I continue to warm it up. So I don't want to have you guys sitting here all day watching this meter slowly drop and listening to me ramble on. But you can see it is dropping. Now it's down, more than a dB from where it started out, and again at this point I really can't even with my fingers feel that it's warmed up, but it's already having an effect on this small amount of heat that I'm applying to it here. So I'm not going to continue this test too long. Like I said, this will go down to about -4 on this scale, or a little below, which is about it'll go down about 2 dB, maybe 2.5 dB from where it started out as I warm it up. At that point it'll feel slightly warmer than room temperature, and then it doesn't seem to want to drop anymore, and I don't know why, because in the summer it did, and maybe that's just the difference in ambient temperature in here. Anyway, suffice to say, let me put the heat gun away here. I don't have confidence in this to go up on the hill with the temperature extremes up there. So again, I want to have take my time to go over this and see if I can figure out what's going on and fix the problem. But for now, what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and turn this off here. For now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this GPS reference clock off of this one and go ahead and put it on QB, modify Quick Beacon, so it'll be GPS locked, and it won't be wandering around in frequency. Now, Quick Beacon didn't show any of this thermal drift. I could cool that, heat that, run that for 5 weeks continuous, and it didn't move more than 1/10 of a dB in the whole 5 weeks it was here on the bench. So again, for now I'm going to pull the GPS frequency reference off of this, put it on Quick Beacon, try and get that the antenna and radome mounted on Quick Beacon and get it up on the hill and going, and then I'll, over a period of time, continue to work with this one and see if I can find out a way to fix this multiplier board, or maybe they all do this. That's the thing that bothers me, is that I don't know that they don't all do this. There's not much information out there in the community about how these should perform and whether they're thermally stable or not. So I don't even know whether it's supposed to do this or not. So anyway, that's where we stand. I just wanted to give you a quick update on why I did not put this up on the hill, or did not continue with it until I've had a chance to dig into it and try to understand what's happening and make it more stable on the power level here. So thanks for watching. Stick around. There's a bunch of other videos coming on low frequency stuff, low band stuff, and at least one more 10 gig related video here about 10 gig testing methods coming up in the near future. So see you next time.